Well, hi everybody. How are you? You guys, that was a kind of a brief opening. We are day 2 on Storytime. I'm coming to you from the retreat at Mount Charleston outside of Las Vegas. I guess there's a ski area up the road, and it was a really dog-friendly little place, and it kept me out of going into downtown Las Vegas, which I have no desire to do, unless I'm going to see an art gallery down there. So that's what I'm doing. Yes, we are having an awesome time, Tamara. Good to see you here. And Gail is here. Yay! Gail, I got a message from Sparkle. She lives in Tucson. She wants to see me too when we come to visit you. So we'll have to make it a trio that we all get to get together. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is streaming okay. This story I'm going to do tonight is kind of short. I think I might, if it turns out, I might do 2 short ones, but literally hi, this is Ayak. Oh my gosh, hi Ayak, nice to have you here. Cool. The internet up here is really in and out, and apparently because they're between 2 mountains and they only have 1 cell tower, and it's the weekend and there's a lot of demand on it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the stream is not lagging too far behind for you guys and all of that stuff. And I know that Nathan has his pajama party going on. So I thought I would maybe just do 1 short story. It's kind of a fun one. And the artist is Dan Santat that I read about the other day. And in that book that talked about how they started, and we did that whole thing with him. And this is by Min Lee, and it's a book called The Blur. And I thought it was it's kind of funny when we think about how kids grow up and how the blur and everything like that and all the different kind of things we do. And I'm watching. We were mentioning today that it was 10 years ago today that we lost a really close friend. But one of the things that Mike did was he gave Annalena a job at a restaurant or recommended her for a job at a high-end restaurant in Seattle years ago. And it was there that Annalena met Philip. And so Michael was really instrumental in Annalena and Philip meeting, and they always had a special spot in their heart for him. And it was just one of those things that it kind of came across today, and how things go so fast in a blur and everything happens. And but yeah, so today the drive was from Winnemucca to Mount Charleston here outside of Las Vegas. And I drove the part from what's called what was it? What was that? Where did I start to drive from? Mount where?
Battle Mount.
Battle Mount. I drove from Battle Mount to Tonopah. And it is 2 long stretches of literally straight roads on part of it. There was 1 stretch that was 100 miles of just straight stretch practically. I set the cruise control on the truck at almost 85 and just well, it's Nevada. The speed limit's 80 most of the time. And it was nothing. The road in and out of Austin is this one part that goes up and up and up and then down, 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 and up and up and up and down and down. So it was an okay drive. So we kind of split the drive today, and but after this we're gonna go have dinner and get an early night, because tomorrow we head to Phoenix and we'll see the kids. And tomorrow night you get a premiere, because I Layla and Lachlan are so excited. Layla sent a Marco Polo that she was excited to have us here. Hey, Obs! Obs, I missed. So my friend Aubrey is on Simply Obs. I was in New York with her. Obs, I missed Doc's show at 11 today because we were literally in the middle of between nowhere and no place, Nevada. There was absolutely no cell coverage on, and that was on that 100-mile stretch that I was doing 85 on. Just there was no chance that I could listen to Doc. And then I got into Tonopah and saw that he was done. And then we were coming out, and I was getting ready to, I was gonna come to class, and then class was canceled. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, but I'm glad you're here. That's good to have you here. So anyway, so today's story is one. The illustrator is Dan Santat, and he just, he does all those really cool things. And then it's by Min Lee, and I'll tell you a little bit about her at the end of the story and what she says. I think I've read some other things from her, but that's what I'm going to do today. So Aubrey, Tamara's here. Tam's art that's saying hi. She is in Australia, and she has her goddaughter with her, Ayak. And then Gail is in Tucson, Arizona, and I think that's who's here. There's a friend of ours. Oh, and Linda's here. No, you didn't miss it, Linda. No, you didn't, Linda. Linda's here. You didn't miss a thing. I haven't jumped in and read the story yet, so not a thing missed. The lighting. We're just seeing how there's a window over here. I was gonna, like I did last night, I streamed from the bathroom of the other hotel and it was better. But in this hotel, literally, I went in the bathroom, turned the light on, and it's attached to a fan, and the fan, was in serious need of WD-40. So we have one fan. It's just one of those things that's on the road. What you doing? Yeah. Oh, I know. That collaboration from Nathan with the Pig Jamma, I'm going to have to go back and watch all of them because they're pretty cool. But most of the time today we've had no coverage at all. I mean, seriously, I've driven through some. So part of the highway that I was on was Highway 50, which is called the loneliest highway in the country, and there's nothing on it. And then we were in Austin. We drove through Austin, which is a historical Pony Express area. And then you come up out of Austin, there's this, it's like a 2-mile road that climbs 2,000 feet. And it's switchbacks, and it's just does this fast. And it takes you up to 7,400 feet. And then basically, there's 2 drop downs, one down and to take you down into the flats, that then at the very bottom of the hill, you just barely get to the bottom of the hill, and you have to turn to head to Tonopah. And then there's another 90-mile stretch of road that, again, cruise control, sitting at 85. At one part of the road, I think we were on a stretch of the road that was for like 50 miles. We saw one other car. It was hilarious. Had blood tests on Friday, and okay. I went to the danger zone. Yeah, there was no car. No cars, but wild donkeys. Seriously, saw a whole bunch of wild donkeys. Saw a whole bunch. We saw coyotes, saw crows and stuff, but the bunch of wild donkeys. But then we were coming out of Tonopah. And then the wild thing happened, and it was a Corsair America race, which, it's called a Race Across America or Corsair America. They're not exactly legal, but they happen. Started going by us, I'm talking Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Ferraris, Porsches, all zipping out and flying by us at like 150 miles an hour, just zoom, racing down the highway. It was like crazy. And then when we got into Beatty, which is just outside the Death Valley, it's kind of this last little town before you head into Death Valley, if you were going that way, they were all lined up gassing up on this Corsair America race that they're doing. The cars, oh my God, they were so crazy. Beautiful, it was awesome. But there's, oops, it's a random Bob sighting in the back. Uh-oh. Hey, yay. Yeah, anyway, so that was it, the blur. So the cars kind of went by us in a blur today, so that fits with my story, the blur. Okay, I'll make that connection and go with it. So, are you guys ready for this story? Yeah, Linda says, hi, Bob. Yeah, we saw, it was just funny to see. And then there's these whole stretches in Nevada that there's these buildings that kind of shine off in the distance. You just don't really know what they are. Some of them are secret testing sites of different kind of things, and other parts are who knows what they are, and others parts have to do with outside of Tonopah, where they do an awful lot of testing in different military flights and vehicles and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and I'm going to tell you about this book, The Blur. So I love the way that Dan Santat does the opening with this. And he's a Caldecott medalist. You know how the title is even in a blur. This is very cool. This is The Blur by Min Lee, illustrated by Dan Santat. Look at those bubbles. The artwork is created using colored pencil and watercolor on paper and Adobe Photoshop. Cool. The Blur. I love that lion. I may have to draw that. From the beginning, there was something different about this child. The supersonic voice, fantastically elastic limbs, enhanced hearing, ability to turn invisible, and of course those ultramagnetic powers. While those early days were a total blur, every now and then time stood perfectly still. Until one day, a first step, and the child became the Blur, always on the move. Whoosh. Racing headfirst toward danger. Watch out! Leaving no stone unturned, no corner unexplored. Nothing stands in the way as the Blur takes the world by storm, and yet crash! Still able to freeze time. The Blur flew into life, zipping through days. Cannonball! Blazing across weeks and zooming over hills until time stops again. How did we get here so fast? It's all a blur. And off she goes to university. So here's the thing about Min Lee, is the author of several children's books, including 2 illustrated by Dan Santat, Drawn Together. Drawn Together is the other book that I read to you by her, which won the Asian Pacific American Award for Literature, and Lift, which was nominated for the Eisner Award and received 5-starred reviews. His other books include Let Me Finish, illustrated by Isabel Rose, and The Perfect Seat, illustrated by Gus Gordon. Min has written for the New York Times, NPR, and HuffPost. Lives in San Diego with his wife and kids. And that's pretty cool. Yay! So that book goes with the other one I wanted to read. Yes, it does. This one. And I think this will fit with, it's by Todd Pear. If it opens, come on. Come on. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Loading. Got it. Anyway, it's a blur. Such a cute story and so true. Yeah. Prayer Tamara. Blur and story equals a blurb. Oh my goodness. So this other story, I think this one fits with all of us. Because, like, especially it fits with Aubrey being here. Obs has managed to pull together out of some real crazy adversity and become somebody that I super, super admire. And she does it in such a natural, genuine way. And her morning motivational minute that she does every day is, like I have said before, something that when I'm working or working on editing, I'll turn on her YouTube channel and just let her play through, because she always has a quote and then she gives me her thoughts on it. And it's just so uplifting and so her. And she's found her own true voice. And I think that that's something that, you know, is really admirable that we can do, as find our own true voice. I try to find mine in my photos. I find with reading these stories and telling how I feel about them as a true voice that we have. You guys with your art that you share and show, and when we share our art, your art, and the true voice that you guys have, it's really wonderful. So this was a book by Todd Parker, and I don't have a lot about, or Todd Parr. And it's called Be Who You Are. And I think it's really, yeah, I'm going to dedicate this one to Obs. You bet. Because it's who she is. And it fits with our whole story circle here for all of us. So this is Be Who You Are. Is it showing the whole page? Here, hang on. Why is this thing doing this? Oh, it is. Okay. By Todd Parr. I love the illustrations. He does this whole cute, I mean, it's really, truly the kind of coloring and illustration that kids do. I think it's so great. It says, Dear Reader, when I was growing up in a small town in Wyoming, I felt like I didn't fit in. The other kids were interested in sports, but I wasn't. For my 4th grade class photo, I wore a clip-on tie and purple sunglasses because I thought it was cool, but nobody else did. It was hard for me to learn to read and follow along in class, so I was always trying to figure out how to fit in and be like everyone else. Finally, I realized it was easier and more fun to just be who you are. Be who you are. Be old, be young, be a different color. Wear everything you need to be you. Speak your language. Learn in your own way. Whoopsie. Hang on. The internet is fading on me. Hang on. Come on. Pause on the book, you guys. It's loading up still. It's taking its time. Oh, let's see if I can get it up on here. I might have to switch. Maybe it can load here. Ba-ba-bum. Not there. Open in Libby. Reload. Try again on those pages. See if it's loading. Oh my goodness. My internet just crashed here, you guys. Let's see. Let me try something here. Wi-Fi's off. Why is the Wi-Fi off? There we go. CT. Okay, got that. All right, got that. I'm trying. Oh dear. Here we go. There we go. All right, maybe. Let's try this. Oh, now we have to switch cameras. Okay, hang on, guys. Come on. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! Look at that. I had to switch to my phone. It still is. Wear everything you need to be you. Oh, maybe. Criminy. Oh, crumbum. Oh my gosh. I don't have the book on here, you guys. Oh, whoops. Time for Bob to do a floor show. When it's loading up. Reload, try again. We're getting there. Oh. There it is. Learning you. Getting there. It's taking its time, but it's loading up. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we got to switch to the other thing back again, because the other one came back. All right. There we go. There we go. Ha ha ha. Wear everything you need to be you. Speak your language. Learn in your own way. Be silly. Be brave. Yes, that's what the next page says. A song and a dance, perhaps. Be proud of where you come from. So if the pages don't load, I'll just read them if I can get them to come up. Funny. Try again. Well, you guys, this is too good a story. I don't want to have this happen because it's just... We'll just have to wait on this one. It's like a dial-up. It is. It is. Funny. I thought I had downloaded it all, and now it's not gonna have it. So, open in Liddy. Come back. Nope, it's not gonna come back. So you know what, you guys? So the story is gonna have to wait. Yeah, it's too good of a story. I'll keep it in the library. I'll come back to it maybe on with Layla, and we'll do some drawings too, like that. But it looks like the internet is just completely crunching. Well, let's see. Hang on. Try again. Did it? I'm seeing. No, it's not going to do all the pages. It's not loading the whole book. What a way to go. Huh. We have something to look forward to. Yes, exactly. We do. You guys always come up with the good, See, this is it. Looking on the bright side. We have the bright side to look forward to. So I know I have a good book. I gave you a little teaser. Okay, it's like a preview. But I'm not going to risk anything else. And I think Nathan still has stuff going on for the pig jamma party. We'll listen soon. I'll keep it for later. I will. Bob's not napping. He's back there reading behind me. We're going to head down to dinner in a little bit. So tomorrow night, you guys, there is a premiere scheduled for 6:30 because we're arriving in Phoenix tomorrow sometime. And Layla and Lachlan are already over the moon excited, and so are we. So I did a premiere and I pre-recorded it, and it's ready to go for you guys at 6:30 tomorrow. But then I'll be back on Monday. So I will have, and Layla is off school, so she'll probably be my guest hostess, and we'll come back for that book, and we'll be who we are, because that's what it is. And I'll get through it. And you guys, it's, this is the way. This is Live Happens. And I'll probably wear I have an eCam shirt that says Live Happens. Yeah, and I should have had that on tonight. But as the way it goes, that was story time. It's kind of like at school sometimes when we'd be in the middle of a lesson and the whole power would crash out and you had nothing. I could always pull out a book, but sometimes if it was dark and the rooms were dark and it was the middle of the winter and it was hard. Yeah, and it'd get cold, so we would have to do other things. So I'll just pretend that we had a major power outage and we couldn't do this anymore. I'm Joe. Well, anyway, yeah, that's how it goes. It was fun, something to laugh about. So, but I'm glad we got through the first one, the blur. Didn't make it through the second one. Obs, you'll have to come back for it because it is, it's okay. Don't worry. I know you'll be back. I'm not worried. That's why I guess sometimes people really worry about going live. I think it's the 35 years of teaching school where I had just about anything and everything happen that could, go wrong. Light bulbs go out on your overhead projector, which is okay, we can go on to the next thing, but kids throwing up on your desk when you're in the middle of trying to teach, and everything crashing and burning, fire drills, earthquake drills, everything that could possibly go, all of a sudden it starts to snow. Oh my gosh. You have no idea what it's like when it suddenly starts to snow and it comes down outside the windows of a class of kindergartners or first graders. No matter how well they've been taught to stay in their seats during something, they are up and faces to the window. It's snowing! So, yeah, we even had a song. I'll have to remember that we would sing about that. But yeah, once it started snowing, yeah, I had to put everything aside. But we will have a yummy dinner. Daylight savings here now, so it's 12:30 p.m. Okay, in Australia. That's good to know. And Nathan's done for the night. I thought he had his at 7:30. Oh, no, they're... with that, yeah, no attention getting back from that. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here. Sorry about the crash on that, but it happens. It's the internet. Who knows? So it's time obviously to shut this down, head off and go to dinner and get a little rest before we get on the road tomorrow. I will be with you. The premiere will be with you tomorrow night, and but then the next night I'll be back live. So thanks for being here for this abbreviated version of the Story and Art for episode 318. I think this was. Whoa, crazy. Anyway, As always, you guys, you're the best. Thanks for being here. You make my day. It makes me feel great. I hope this filled your bucket a little bit. Don't let things be too much of a blur. Savor a little bit. And as always, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I will see you tomorrow.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running
Put on those buckets.
with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous. We could be famous. You blow my mind. Look in
Bailey's.